Hi everybody, today I am taking a look at the Hemlock and Oak planner. So I was pretty sure I knew what planners I was going to review through the end of the year, and then somebody asked me about this one and I was like, I think I've heard of that one before. And then I remember my friend Jess from Pretty Prints and Paper uses one of these alongside her bullet journal, and I remember thinking it was really pretty. So I was like, okay. So I went and I ordered it and I got it and I was like, God damn, son, this is really pretty just looking at the outside of it. So I'm very excited to look at it. Let me give you a little information about this before we get into it. So Hemlock & Oak is a Canadian planner brand. This is their 2022 signature planner. They have 5 different colors and they are hardbound and they are $49. I did use Jessica's affiliate code to get some money off, so you can look her up or search some other people who use Hemlock & Oak planners if you want to get an affiliate code. I think it took $10 off. Editing Cindy here. One thing I found out after I filmed this video is that Hemlock & Oak actually has all of their planner layouts available digitally on their website because they wanted to make their planner available for people who buying the physical planner and getting it shipped to them was not in their budget. So if you are interested in trying out the layout, or if you can't afford the planner, check it out anyway if you like this layout, because they do have them available on their website. Back to the video, which kind of helped cover some of the shipping from Canada. It's crafted in small batches and won't be restocked. So once they're gone, they're gone. So if this is one you're interested in, I would go check them out to make sure that they are still in stock. The binding is lay flat according to the website, which we will test. 3 ribbon bookmarks, 120 GSM paper, and it is 6.35 inches by 8.5 inches. So for comparison's sake, here is my B5 Scribbles That Matter bullet journal, and this is about where it stands. Is it an A5? I don't know if it's A5 or not. What the hell size is A5? I'm not good at this, you guys. You think I know by now, but I don't, apparently. It's a little bit larger than A5, but smaller than B5. It's a nice little size. It is hardcover, like very hardcover. Like it very much looks like it's a book you might stock on a shelf. It even has like pointy corners. It has 10 blank notes pages. Depending on the color you pick, the cover is either Italian rayon or my good favorite, if you've watched any of my recent planner videos, vegan leather, which I believe this is the vegan leather cover, because it doesn't feel like rayon. Yeah, so glancing at the website, this is their version of vegan leather, I think, which basically just feels like a thin coat of like PVC over the hard cover. It doesn't have that same like kind of smooshy cover that some of them have, because the ones that are Italian rayon look like they're covered in some form of cloth. I believe this color I got is the peony. It's like a kind of a very soft, like kind of cream with like a very like soft touch of like pink. And then the inks are plant-based according to the website. The front cover is very lightly embossed with this gold Hemlock & Oak with their little leaf logo, and then the back has the same Hemlock & Oak on it in gold foil, and then the side has just a very simple 2022 in gold. Very classy looking. Like this planner looks very like aesthetically pleasing. Like this could be on like your table with your coffee next to it and your like sock feet sticking, you know, Instagram hashtag aesthetic. Let's open it up. There are recycling instructions for all of the packaging that it came in. You can compost some of it. You can recycle a bunch of it. And I noticed that when I opened it, it did have a very eco-friendly kind of packaging situation, which I did appreciate. Thank you, Cindy. I don't know if that's hand-lettered or if that was printed. I'm not sure, but it's a little like personal little card. It's like, thank you to my name. That's nice. It's very pretty. Everything is very aesthetic. So you've got your paper coated inside. This planner belongs to, if found, please contact. The mighty oak was once an acorn that stood its ground. I like this font. I don't know how much I love this. This font is a very beautiful, like, headline font to me. I think it's really pretty. And then there's an index, much like a book. And the pages look to be numbered, and they have, like, little bits on here that tell you what they are. How cute. Taking care of yourself doesn't mean me first. It means me too. L.R. Knost. Knost? And then here is a how-to guide on how to go through and use the planner. It says to identify values, create goals, and then track and review. Some basics. Gives you some ideas of what some of the, like there's some icons and things. So like there's a little heart icon, which is for daily self-care. A grid system to encourage you to brainstorm, mind map, hand letter, do what you want. And it's a clean and minimal layout. I cannot wait to find out. I really haven't looked at this one yet, except for what I've seen Jessica do. And I love what Jessica does. Self-reflection. Take some time to reflect on the key memories of your life. What moments made you content? Experiences, feelings, places, people, and things. What moments made you feel proud? What moments have made you feel fulfilled or satisfied? And what moments in your life were filled with progress or change? And it is a grid. It's a very light gray grid. The type itself is like, I think it's black. It might be a very, very dark gray, but the grid is a very light gray. And the boxes, they look to be about 4 centimeters square. Oh, the paper feels really nice. It's like it is 120 GSM. It's nice and thick. Here is an introspection page, which gives you a big open space to think about your ideal life and brainstorm it. Here is an idea for some character traits that your ideal self might have. And then a whole bunch of words here that are values that you can use to highlight to resonate the values that resonate with you. And if there's some that aren't here, you can write them down. But like, for example, just looking at this, family, cleanliness, devoutness. There's a whole bunch of different values here. Personal values. Write 10 to 15 of your most important core values and try to rank them in order of importance. So there's a tip saying you should do this on a different piece of paper before you write them in here. And then you want to create a paragraph to embody your most important values, and they suggest you do it with a pencil so you can modify it in case you want to come back over time and change it, which happens. And then mindset reframing. You take some of your negative thoughts and then reframe them. And then here is the goal creation pages. So it gives you a space for a goal, the values that the goal supports, why do you want this goal, how will you get there, and there's 4 milestone places with like little arrows pointing towards them as like a progression. What habits will you need to achieve these milestones? Highlight the most important one, and timeline or review date. Looks like enough space for 4 goals. Now we have attainable habits that are attainable for you on a regular basis that you might want to start small with, and that your cues are realistic or pre-existing. So the example is 5 minutes of meditation after I brush my teeth in the morning. There's 2 pages, so space for 8 habits, and it gives you habit, cue, why is this habit important? What are the specifics and your reward? And then you get another tip on how to do that. So this one says to start small and work your way up. Start 1 or 2 and then build onto them. Then we have an ideal day page so that you can plot it out. And it gives you from 6 to 11 here with half-an-hour increments. And it's down the middle so you can put stuff on either side. Here's a space for any important information that you need to have on hand. And it does make the note that if you're putting passwords here, to not write the whole thing, but give yourself hints for security. Thank you. Oh my God, you guys know how I feel about password trackers and how they are a terrible idea in your planner. Now we have a 2022 planning area. So to keep track of dates, travel plans, etc. I wonder if there's no monthly layout. Is this like no, there's a monthly layout. Okay, cool. A focus space for each month. Then you have all of the days with a Monday start, the month down the side, and then you have a grid section right next to it. And then it is 6 months per spread, and you get 2 spreads for the whole year, 2022. Then you get an overview page of 2022, also Monday start, and then you get holidays and events. And the holidays and events have Canada holidays and US holidays. It looks like the only religious holidays included are Christian. Here's a suggestion to use this overview as a mood tracker, and then it gives you a spot here to designate different colored markers for your moods so that you can highlight it every day. Now we're into the monthly spreads, the monthly sections. So for the month you have an evaluation page. What can you do to get closer to your goals this month? What milestones are you focusing on? Personal values will you focus on this month, boundaries you will set for yourself, 3 small positive ways you can carve out time for self-care, choose 1 habit that you can solidify and track it below for 30 days, aim for progress, not perfection, and it's a tracker. You may not even be able to see this. It's extremely light gray, but it's right here. On the other side of the page, you have a whole space to plan, which is a grid page. You have your monthly layout, which is a Monday start, and there is the whole month here. You have the next month's calendar in the corner. You have a notes section down this side, which is also, the whole thing has the light gray grid in the background, except for this top area and this bottom area. But all of the days and the notes section all have the grid. And the notes section also has, and again, you may not be able to see it, but it also has check boxes going down about half of this grid. Note section, it looks like there's about 9 check boxes inside of the grid. There are holidays very, very lightly along the bottom. And then there's a self-care challenge on the bottom. So for this month, it is a hydration challenge. Then we get into your week, and it is an hourly layout. Up at the top, you have a January calendar that shows what week you're in with the date across the top. Goals, values, priorities with some check boxes. Then you have your dates across the top, very thin, with a very thin holiday written up above it. Beneath it, you have a blank column like header. And then you have your grid going all the way down, and your notes section is also grid on the side here. It goes all the way from 6 to 11. Again, it's not marked AM or PM, with your little self-care icon on the bottom, and then a whole space of grid at the bottom that's blank. Now the columns are just about 1.5 inches, including the hours. And it looks like the bottom of every page even tells you what week you're on. Then you have your monthly review. List 3 positive things that happened this month. What gave you energy this month? What drained you? So there's a plus and a minus. Write down a lesson, thought, or growth moment you want to take away from this month. And then January memories and memos with another quote at the top. It looks like the self-care challenge is different each month. So you get through all of your months. And at the end of December, you have your December review. Then you have your 2022 reflection, which is to create a list of 5 to 10 memories where you felt fulfilled, excited, challenged, or satisfied. Review your value statement. Are there any modifications you want to make? Have your values changed? If not, how have you grown in the last 12 months? And list 5 people or things you are especially grateful for in the last 12 months. Looking ahead, what is one action you can take in 2023 that will help you fulfill one of your values? How can you show love towards your friends, family, or partner in the future? If there was one thing you could make happen in the next 12 months, what would it be? How could you pursue it in a healthy and reasonable way? And what values does it connect with? And then finally, list 10 things that you want to make happen by this time next year, and you have 10 boxes to fill in. Then we have a self-care directory sorted by length of time, so you can use this if you need to find a self-care idea. You're experiencing burnout, and it gives you a space for 6 different things in 4 different categories, and those categories are 5, 10, 20, or 30 plus minutes. Here's a media directory with a grid page that you can use to keep track of books, movies, podcasts, etc., that you want to read, watch, or listen to, or that are recommended by others. You have a wish list of things you want to reward yourself in the future. So you get a whole bunch of lines here, and then their cost. A bucket list with 10 spaces for memories and ideas for memories and experiences you want in the future. And then you have your notes pages. They have 10 blank notes pages. And then when you get to the very, very end, there's a Robert Frost quote. And then that is the end of the planner. There's not a pocket or anything like that. You do get 3 bookmarks, which are all various shades of this same kind of like peachy, creamy color. Very, very pretty. All right, before I give you my thoughts on the planner, let's take a minute to pen test it. I've got my usual pen testing pens, a Pentel Energel Clena 05, gel pen, a Faber-Castell small fine liner, a Tombow dual brush pen, a Zig clean color dot marker, and a Zebra mild liner. As information, I did press down lightly and then harder with the dot pen, and then I did overlap the highlighter. I'm also heavy-handed. One thing I can tell you already, though, and I remember noticing this with the official bullet journal notebook when I did that live stream last year, the grid lines are kind of like shining through the paper. Not shining, but you can like see them. It's like the marker like missed them or something. It's hard to explain, but like it's not with the highlighter, I don't think. No, it might be, but very noticeable with the Tombow. So looking at the back, I love 120 GSM paper, my guys. The paper itself is like white. I don't know if it's bright white. It's like, but it's white. It's not off-white. There's a tiny bit of shadowing with the Tombow and with the highlighter. I don't see maybe a little bit with the harder press of the dot pen, but like next to no shadowing. It's very, you can see it on camera. It's very, very light. There's no shadowing with the pens and just light ridging with the gel pens. This paper is good. I love the 120 GSM paper. It doesn't feel like cardstock, but it can handle quite a bit. So overall, this planner is absolutely stunning. I am not a big fan of book-bound planners. For myself personally, I actually prefer coil-bound planners, but I do like them for bullet journals. And if I was really in the market for something like this, it's really, really pretty. The biggest downfall I can see to it would be if you are somebody at all vision impaired, then this might be a bit of a struggle for you. On a lot of it, the text is like a dark gray or a black, but there are a lot of elements to it, from the grid to some of the things in the goal setting pages that are this super, super light gray, and it can be really hard to see, especially when you're on pages like this with like the habit tracker down here at the bottom. It's hard for me to see, and I generally am fine seeing most things with my glasses. So that would be my biggest complaint. But it's not the whole planner. It's sections of the planner. The goal setting in this, it reminds me a lot of the Commit 30 planner, which I already took a look at, just in terms of some of the things that are in here, although this is a little bit more in depth than what you get in that planner. I also like the way it has goals and habits here in the front. I would say that this likely is a little bit, this could probably be added in with the Moxie Life in terms of how it incorporates its goal setting into the planner kind of really well. I feel like this has a little bit less guidance than the Moxie Life does, which is fine for some people. That might be what you want. It's beautiful. This is an absolutely beautiful planner. And if you are somebody who kind of wants the feel of bullet journaling with structure, this might be a pretty good choice, especially leaning on the side of more structure than not. But it has that feel. It's almost as if a bullet journal and a Hobonichi Weeks and a goal planner kind of have babies with each other in terms of the feel of this planner and what you get in it. I think it's gorgeous, and if it was coil bound, I probably would have this in my pile of potentials for next year, but I know myself, and I know a book-bound planner for anything but a bullet journal is probably not the business for me. So I will be giving this one away. Make sure to follow me here on YouTube, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and follow me on @LlamaLetters on Instagram. I have been alternating planner giveaways throughout the month of December. So just pay attention, because I really am kind of all over the place and have no idea which planner I'll be giving away where on any given day until I decide on it. So if you want this one, it won't be given away up to this point because I wasn't going to give it away till after the review. So just make sure you're keeping an eye out. That was a lot of words, you guys. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below what you think about this planner, because it is absolutely stunning. And I would love for you to tell me any planners you might want me to look at in the new year, because I am starting to think about that because it's coming up pretty soon. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support during Vlogmas. Subscribe, because I already said that about 1 million times. And until next time, my friends, peace.